Hi guys, welcome to afternoon that you have decided to join me in. So let's just start by grounding down, whether that's kneeling or sitting on your block, which I'm going to getting those hips lifted a little bit. Find a nice tall spine. Deep breath in through your nose. Filling up the chest and exhale, grounding down your energy by all the air. Inhaling, open the mouth, exhale. Again, filling from the base of your spine all the way up through the crown of your head. Exhaling. Allow your lips to feel. Let the breath come body settle into stillness. Taking one hand to heart and one hand to surface. Recognizing present, knowing that your hand pressed on your heart. I want you to tune in to feel center, your core self. You are someone who's been feeling this or up in their head, light on their feet, really focusing on grounding through your sit bones, grounding all your hands in prayer. Take a deep breath and decide what your intention is. Taking your thumb knuckles to your brow bone, pressing on your forehead, asking for grace and compassion, accepting whatever comes up today in practice, choosing to come back to this. Release your hands. Go ahead, open up your eyes. Start with some Soothe. So just taking your hands, start with very slow. Start by putting on chest, belly button up and in. As you inhale, exhaling, to open. Start to make the breath a little deeper, movements a little bigger. And start to circle now over our hips, so rocking in one direction. You're doing this, I want you to feel into hips, finding a subtle stretch. Go one more time in this direction. Last one. Back at center. Inhale, reaching your hands up. At this point, I'm off my block. Stay there if you prefer. We're going to take the right hand down. Inhale, reach the left arm up and over. And the right hand into the ground. Maybe right forearm. Up to center. Let's go straight to the other side. Start by pushing down through that left hand, looking up under your right armpit. And if it feels good, you can always, if it's available to you, come down onto the forearm. 3, 2, 1. Let's flow now between the two sides. So rocking over, towards the right, towards the left. More times. Over to the right. Start to find your core. Drawing in on your Uddiyana and Mula Bandhas. Last time. And coming back to center, both hands up. We're going to twist towards the right, taking our left hand to our right knee, twisting, looking over our shoulder. Inhale, reaching the arms up, the other direction, right hand, left knee. Center, walking the fingertips out, come to a forward fold. Try to keep your sit bones on the mat. Walk the hands over to the right top corner of the mat. Deep stretch on the diagonal here, just easing into the body this morning. Take our hands over to the left side. One more breath here. And back to center. We're going to roll over onto our hands and knees. So adjusting yourself as you need on your mat. Up, finding an all fours position on your mat. From here, we'll just start to ease the weight into our wrists. Rocking forwards and back. And then tucking toes, walk hands back towards your feet, taking a little ball shape, relax your heels down to the mat. Forward, sending the heels back. Just doing this a few times to really wake up the bottoms of your feet. Keeping the feet in parallel as you do this. And then coming back down, neutral tabletop position. From here, inhale, finding your cow pose, pulling your hands back towards your knees. Exhale, round and chin to chest, push the floor away. Inhale. And exhale, start to move at a pace that feels good for you. And the movements blend together. Take one more. Here we're going to meet in our first down dog. So tucking toes, Press the hips up high, send your heels towards the mat. Just take a moment to ease into our down dog. So shift the hips to the left, right. Maybe bend in one knee, straighten the other knee. Walking your feet forwards, finding the top of your mat. Feet are hips distance apart, ragdoll position. Let's just shift the weight from the toes to the heels. Being aware of where you naturally hold your weight. And then let's keep the weight more in the toes. Keep those heels light. Inhale, half lift. Drawing the shoulders back and down. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. You inhale, halfway lift. Remember, you're lifting your head slightly. It's an extension of your spine. And stay in this forward fold. Let's rock side to side. Shifting the weight from our left foot to our right foot. If you want, you can always hang your arms here, grabbing the opposite elbow. Then find center. You may need to use a block here. We're going to keep the left leg straight, bend into your right knee. I'm sorry, I messed up my sides there. Place your right hand down. Inhale, reach your left hand up towards the sky. And I want you to think here about drawing in on your low belly and pushing your bottom hand into the block or the floor. Holding here for 3, 2, keep that left leg straight if you can. And 1, folding forwards. Other side, bend left knee, straighten right leg. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling. Keeping the weight more in that right foot. Holding 3, 2, 1, and folding forwards. From your ragdoll, we're going to come up to Tadasana. So squeeze heels together, unravel your spine. Coming all the way up to stand. Bringing your heels together, big toes touch, lift and spread all 10 toes. And drawing your bandhas in, proud chest, slight chin tuck. Inhale. Exhale, ground through your feet. We're going to go into some sun salutations to get some flow going through the body. When you're ready, inhale, reaching your hands up. And exhale, forward fold. Really try to pull yourself forward, weight in the toes. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders back and down. And exhale, hands flat, come back to plank pose. Inhale, lower knees. And exhale, chaturanga with the arms. So keeping the elbows tucked in. Hold 3, 2, 1. And lower all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Full breath in. And exhale, sinking the heels down towards the mat. Take another 2 breaths here. Last breath here. Just loud enough for you to hear. And inhale, look forwards. Exhale, step as many times as you need to the top of your mat. Just see, challenge yourself. Can you keep your hands grounded the whole time? Let's come feet hips distance apart. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, weight in the toes, tuck chin to chest, pull yourself forward. Inhale, swoop the arms up, reaching towards the sky, heels together. Inhale, look up, reach up. And exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, swoop the arms up, second round. When you exhale, fold forwards, Uttanasana. Inhale, find your half lift. And exhale, let's step back. Use the opposite foot. You can remember. Inhale, knees down. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Hold 3, 2, 1. Inhale, let's take a high cobra. Shoulders are still back and down. Holding 3, 2, 1. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Exhale, ground those heels. Now, if you're not already using your Ujjayi breath, maybe start to tune into that here. If you're not familiar, I want you to think about creating a subtle constriction with the back of your throat. You're trying to use the breath coming out of your nose to fog up the mirror in front of you. Keep that restriction on your inhale. One more breath here. Inhale, look forwards. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, squeeze the heels as you lift all the way up towards the sky. And exhale, hands in heart center. Inhale, reaching the hands up. And exhale, folding forwards, Uttanasana. Inhaling, half lift. And exhaling, step back, other foot leads, plank pose. Inhale, option for knees. Exhale, let's try Chaturanga, full root this time for me. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, finding a high cobra, or if you're ready, you can take an up dog for 3, 2, 1. And exhale, press back, pull back, downward facing dog. Full breath in and out. If you're ever feeling a little caught up in your head in class, sometimes a good sigh can really help to just release and bring you back to the present. Find your Ujjayi. Let's add on a little bit from here, getting into our hips and hamstrings. So press your hands into the mat evenly. Inhale, lift your right leg up high. I'm finding a 3-legged dog. So automatically my hip always wants to open. It feels so good, but I force myself to keep the hips square for a moment. And I want to think about trying to pull my hands and my left foot together through the mat. Keeping my shoulders even, holding 3, 2, 1. Now I open up my hip and I peek underneath my right armpit slightly, turning my shoulders. This feels really good in my body. Some teachers will teach you to keep the shoulders squared. You can do that as well. But figure out what you like. I don't believe there is a right or wrong. And then from here, bend the knee, open the hip, take a few hip circles, going in one direction, going in the other direction. Then we're going to step that right foot back down. Let's rinse that out with a Chaturanga. Inhale, come forwards to plank. Exhale, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha or Cobra. Exhale, press backward, Adho Mukha or Downward Facing Dog. Deep breath in. The exhale, ground through those heels, push the floor away. A lot of you guys always ask me in class about your down dogs, what's right, what's wrong. Really, it is practice and time building up your shoulder strength to be able to keep those arms straight and opening up the hamstrings so that eventually those heels can find the mat. Let's go to the other side and see how it is. So to help you balance, bring the right foot to the midline of your mat. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Go ahead, let's find the square hips. Draw those jeans on, high-waisted jeans that are a little too small. Draw the belly in and up so you can zip them up. And then imagine pulling the hands back to the right foot. Hold here, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, open up that left hip. Really stretching into the back of the right leg here. Doing whatever feels natural for you. I personally like sinking my chest into this. Go ahead, bend that knee. Take a few circles in the left hip. And the other direction. And return back, downward facing dog. Let's rinse that out. Inhale, come forwards, plank. And exhale, lower down, chaturanga. So hold here, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, take your back bend of choice. And meeting back in a child's pose. Oh, I can really feel my shoulders this morning. Those long holds, sometimes, moving slower in practice can really challenge our strength and our endurance. And just coming back to your breath, come back to your intention. Ultimately, this class that I'm offering you now is hopefully a way for you to really find presence in your body and in your practice. This is a slower flow. And it's intentional, it's purposeful. I want you to really use this time to not just work on your body, but to work on your mind and spirit. Take one more breath here. Exhale. We're going to come into a puppy dog pose now. So coming up onto your knees, bring them together slightly and walking the hands forward. You're going to keep the hips stacked above the knees as best as you can. And it's going to feel like you're sinking your heart down towards the mat. Now, some of you can put your forehead down. Maybe you start here. Maybe you have the flexibility in your neck and throat to lay your chin on the mat and look forwards. Sending your breath into your upper and mid back here. So those hip flexors are working just ever so slightly. And if you'd like to increase this, you can use your blocks, which I will do. And putting your hands on your blocks to give you a little bit more height here. Adjust yourself and then lowering down, trying to really get into the armpits and shoulders with this stretch. Keep drawing your belly in, holding here. Let's take some shoulder dips. So right shoulder down, and when I do this, I look to the left, and left shoulder down. And when I say down, it's like we're walking the shoulders out. And for me, my left shoulder is significantly more open right now than my right. I've been working with a rotator cuff injury, so it's really important for me to really be aware how I'm doing in just whose shoulders. Finding stillness, take one more breath here, really try to soften. And sliding back, find your child's pose and just notice where the echo of that stretch is. Now, if you struggled with that, you can always, an easier option is always working against the wall. Putting your hands on the wall instead of being on your knees, really good for people who do have knee problems. Or you can always use a chair or a bed. Take one more breath here. Please. Coming up to kneel. And we're going to get into those shoulders a little bit more. So I want you to, I'm going to come around and face you guys. You're going to take the hands out wide, interlock the fingers behind your back. Inhale, pull down on the wrists. So I'm trying to get my fingers towards the tops of my toes. And as I do this, I'm back bending. So I'm puffing up my heart to the sky. Drop your head back if it feels good. Holding for 3, 2, 1. And back to neutral. Keep those fingers. We're going to bend the elbows and draw the wrists over to the left hand hip. And I want you to shrug the shoulders away from you, and let's try to squeeze the left elbow in, pulling your wrists even further around. Close your eyes, drop your chin to your chest, and roll the head over to the left. Breathing here for 3, for 2, 1. Roll the head back to center. Open your eyes. Let's release, bringing the hands to the other side now. And same idea, shoulders back and down. Squeeze your right elbow in and let your fist be pulled further round in your right waist or hip bone. And closing your eyes, chin to chest. Let the head roll over to the right and pause. Breathing into the left shoulder and the left side of your neck. For 3, 2, center. Take that back bend one more time. Flip the grip so the other thumb is on top. Inhale, puff up the heart. I start with bent elbows and then I pull down on my hands, reaching back to the floor behind me. Maybe you can grab hold of your feet, pull on your feet. For 3, 2, 1, and release. Head, tuck your toes. And let's come to a yogi squat or malasana. Just release your low back, press into your hands and push the thighs away with your elbows, sitting up extra tall here. Imagine pulling your heels together, opening the feet up. Taking your right hand out to the side, left hand up to the sky. Keep pressing your right thigh away from you. Twist and look up. Now you can stay here or you can take a bind. I'm feeling pretty stiff today, but I'm going to see. Always can use a strap. This feels pretty good for me. I'm going to stay here, holding here. You can always use a strap if your hands can't. 3, 2, 1, and release. Coming into sort of drunken yogi squat, I like to call it. A really lazy yogi squat. Let's do the other side. So I start by pressing the left thigh away. It's really important to get that press. And then twist and reach up with the right hand. And you can totally stay here. If you want to go a little further, maybe start by just finding the left thigh with your right hand. See how my fingers have thread through. Or you can go for the full bind. And if you do take the full bind, I want you to think about trying to continue to sit up tall here. 3, 2, find that drunken, lazy yoga squat. And plant your hands down. We're going to rock forwards, and I'm letting the weight of my legs rest on the back of my arms, kind of like a lazy crow. Shifting side to side, opening up your inner thighs, your groin. And from here, I wanted you to come sit on your mat. A little mobility exercise for you. And let's just rinse out those hips. Swaying the knees side to side. Check in with your body and your experience. How are you feeling so far? You let go of any expectation or outcome you had for this practice and just accept how it is. All right, let's keep the internal rotation. Right knee down, sitting up as tall as you can. Lift yourself by using your hands. If this is uncomfortable for you, sit on a pillow or a block. You're going to extend the left leg out. You may need a strap here. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, fold forwards. Now, if you can't reach your foot, that's where you will get the strap. and wrap it around. So if you are using a strap, my advice is keep your arms straight and try to walk your fingertips down the strap. I see this a lot, and I'd rather you keep the arms straight and use it to help pull you forwards with a straight spine. Me, I don't need the strap today, so I'm going to fold forwards, keeping my left foot flexed and consciously thinking about rooting down through my right hip bone. Closing your eyes, going inwards, breathing into the back of your left leg, breathing into your right inner thigh. For 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift, and let's see if we can go a tiny bit further. Walk your hands to the other side of your left leg. Now, it's okay if you're up here, it could just look like a twist. I'm going to take a little lower, and I'm pressing on my left foot to help me twist and bow, getting into that IT bend a little bit more. One more breath here. And back to center. Just careful, it might be a lot for you with that right thigh, so maybe help it up. And just try to open that thigh. Use your hand to help you. Pressing it open. Let's hold here, PNF stretching. I want you to push your hand into your knee, resist. Push, push, push quickly. 2, 1, and release. Let that knee open. Next stretch we're taking is a side bend. So you're going to take that right foot in close. You may need a strap here as well. Your left hand is going to reach for your right ankle. And you're going to sit up tall, and we're reaching the right hand up and over. Maybe it will find the left foot. Now my right hip bone has lifted here, but I'm trying to directionally take it down to stretch my QL. If you cannot reach your right foot, use your strap. And it's okay if you're up here like this. Using the prop is going to help you understand what I want you to feel, this pull in the right side body. I've got my right hip down here, and I'm walking my hands down the strap. Relax your head, whether that's looking down or looking up. Holding here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay here. Think about it for a moment. This is very similar to your sister stretch. Take your last breath and come back up. Such a good stretch for if you do have low back pain. Sometimes stretching out the QL can really help with that. Let's go ahead, bring that left foot in, rinse out the knees, and we're going to go do all of that on the other side. So it will be left knee down, straighten your right leg, adjust yourself. So if you're someone with knee pain, that might mean taking your left knee back a bit. It may mean pointing or flexing the left foot. So find a seat that's comfortable. And like I said, if you're struggling here, try sitting on a block. Have your strap handy if you can't reach your foot. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, folding forwards. Nice deep breaths here. Continue to pull yourself forwards, bringing your top of the head closer towards your right foot and keeping both hip bones grounded. For 3, 2, 1. Come up a bit and walk your hands over to the right even more. And using that, remember you can be up here in a twist or you can be down low in a twist and take a bow. So it just gets a little deeper into that IT band. 3, 2. Coming up, let's get into the side bend on the other side. So Left knee lifts and just help it to open a little bit here. Going completely the opposite direction now. Let's include a PNF stretch here. So press thigh into hand, push, 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 and soften. See how much further open it gets. And then bring that left foot in, right hand around your left ankle, and left hand to the sky, reaching up and over for your foot, using the strap if you would like to really find that pull. So here I've got my both sit bones down. I'm pulling on the strap, and that's helping me really connect to my left side body. Down your breath. Bandha. One more breath here. Go ahead, find yourself in a little ball shape. Make sure there's nothing behind you on your mat. We're going to hug one wrist, so wrapping one wrist with the other hand. My knees press into my elbows, and I'm going to concave my center, tucking chin to chest. And I want it to feel like your arms are being pulled out of the sockets. Switch wrists, use the other hand. It's going to help give you some traction as well in that wrist joint, in the shoulders. And closing your eyes down. We're going to find our way onto our backs. Laying down, sending your feet out wide, taking your hands, and I want you to wrap them behind your head. Lift your head up, bring the elbows together to touch, stretching the back of your neck. Let your head relax here, and then lay your head down softly on the floor. Bringing your hands out to the side. Take a full breath in through the nose, all the way to the top, and then open the mouth, sighing all the air out. Let's do that again. Inhaling deeply. Fill up, fill up, fill up, fill up, fill up. Hold. Open the mouth, exhale. Allow your lips to seal. Let the body breathe for you here. Give yourself permission now to settle into stillness. Almost like a blanket of serenity laid on top of you, gently weighting your body down. Where you're still holding on to something in the body, yourself. Big exhale and try to soften that space. Reach relaxation in your body. Tension inside towards your mind. Noticing if those regular circulating thoughts break through here. Worry or most of the time we are repeating the same thought. Starting to bring awareness to what we're thinking, how that thought makes us feel. It those feelings then feed into those same thought patterns. And it's a vicious cycle nonstop. So putting that out, noticing when you are gently forgiving yourself and holding yourself in compassion as you try to rewrite those thoughts and stories into new, fresh, creative story that is focused on outcomes, abundance, and not on fear and problem solving. Staying here now to rewrite. Now, perspective here to encouraging them. Who you are. You can stay away. Start full breath in your heart. Shifted within your practice today. How you feel after taking some nourish and bringing your hands in prayer. Take the thumb knuckles to your eyebrows and gently place some pressure on your third eye. May you choose to be kind in